Good evening. Welcome to the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm your host, Leon Jones. And in tonight's session, I'm going to talk about project management and its functions. Because when you have a project, you need somebody to run it. Now, under project management, you may have construction management, information technology management. Either way, you're going to have to deal with the planning, the scheduling, the costs. Because when it comes to project management, you must understand where it originated from and how project management works. Now, where did the concept of project management originate? Or where was it established? Well, I'm not a fan of Wikipedia, but Wikipedia describes project management as discipline of initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing the work of a team to achieve specific goals and meet specific success criteria. Now, the idea of project management goes back to the late 19th century. However, we can trace the concept of project manager or project management back to 1950 or the 1950s. Now, a gentleman who was a graduate of Johns Hopkins University came up with the Gantt chart. His name was Henry Gantt. Now, Henry Gantt was one of the originators of project management as we know it. Now, with his creation of the Gantt chart, which is very popular in project management, Gantt's name, you're going to always see that when you tie it to construction management, because construction management uses PERT charts, CPMs, Gantt charts. So what's on that chart, it just gives you a list of project activities. Now, Henry Fayol's 5 management functions, the precursors to our current 5 project phases, fixed his position as another founding father. Now, another means for project management, and I just mentioned it, are the PERT charts, and they appeared in the mid-20th century. There's also the work breakdown structure from the United States Department of Defense, also emerged as another technique to manage projects. Now, while project management tools were very prevalent in the space, government, engineering, and military sectors, soon private businesses became ones to understand the benefits of work organized around a specific project. Now, a clear way to manage these special projects emerged when companies realized that the coordination and communication at every level across business units and including different areas of expertise were very crucial to their overall success. Now, what is a project? Well, the Business Dictionary basically defines a project as a planned set of interrelated tasks to be executed over a fixed period of time and within certain costs and their other limitations. Now, a project then could be something outside or in addition to the company norm for a typical business day. Perhaps a business upgrade, financial need, or client request may be the catalyst for a project's origination. Now, the parameters of a project will include a clear goal to reach. So by nature, projects include a start and finish to accomplish a unique particular outcome. Now, this short-term undertaking will require a specified time, clear scope, and scope is the scope of work, designated budget, and human capital resources that include a project team and manager. Now, what is a project manager? Well, a project manager is the person who leads the project team, who together accomplish the project goal. While anyone who holds the title of project manager or the title of manager has ongoing duties or tasks for the duration of his or her tenure at a company's project manager's leadership is basically a temporary position, and that's to accomplish a temporary purpose. Now, for any specific project, there will be an anointed or an appointed project manager. However, if this isn't your official full-time title, say you're a department manager or another type of supervisor, it's a good idea to add the basic knowledge of project management skills to your resume. Now, work toward the multitask level. Develop effective soft people skills in completing routine assignments satisfactory and on time, because not all companies retain full-time project managers, and you can find yourself tapped to lead a special project. Prepare to accept this type of responsibility, therefore increasing your visibility in front of company leadership, because your project team could include colleagues assembled from other departments and perhaps executive supervision. Now, of course, this type of personal and career growth you would experience from trying something new. You benefit basically by highlighting that not only you can meet expectations in your current role, but you can also add value by participating in special projects as well. Now, if your company offers internal online classes or reimburses you for external college classes, you might want to consider taking some classes in project management. Now, some courses include planning strategies, scheduling, organization, funding, analysis, acquisition, and one of the biggest aspects of project management is change management. Now, this additional education will help you become confident when you become the first to volunteer for new special project opportunities. Now, while every management position incorporates time management, organization, and people skills, project management necessitates a singular focus affected by resources and results dictated by a particular time frame. Fine-tuning these traits could provide opportunities for career growth. Now, would you like to find tools to manage your projects? Well, more and more project managers are involved in selecting project management software tools. Now, this makes sense because, after all, project managers are the people who will use the product on a day-to-day basis. Now, they will have strong views about what the software should do and how it could help them manage their projects. Now, if you are approached to assist in choosing new software for the team, what would you be looking for? Well, there's Monday.com. Monday.com helps teams work more efficiently to execute projects that deliver results on time. Plan, execute, and track your work in one visual. Collaborative space and enjoy our productivity features to achieve your goals faster. Then there's Smartsheet. Now, Smartsheet is basically an online project management and task collaboration tool that is redefining how teams work. Now, it has a familiar and easy to use spreadsheet-like interface coupled with file sharing, Gantt charts, and work automation features. Now, you got to ask yourself this: you're in a company. How can you choose the best project manager in order to avoid failure? Well, choosing the best project manager for the job can mean the difference of the project's success or failure. Now, the manager plays a crucial part in taking any project from concept to completion. He or she must have both technical and soft skill expertise to orchestrate every detail that goes into the composition of the project strategy. Mistakes result in missed milestones, wasted time, and money. Now, the team must have strong critical thinking skills to anticipate any risks so that he or she can create preventive measures along the way. Because a project manager must be able to articulate what each team member's goals and precise lines of communication are. Now, as you can imagine, successful projects just don't happen. A successful project manager would be an established leader, possessing good communication, conflict resolution, and time management, as well as critical thinking skills. So, what is the project management process? Well, here are the 5 management phases that you can use to deliver a successful project. Number 1 is the initiation or definition phase. Now, this step includes the formal start of the project and scope explanation, because your phase 1 documentation will include your concept description statement that includes the objectives based on the purpose of the project as well as the desired outcome in detail. Now, once you receive approval, you will draft your proposal, including your risk calculations, finalizing everything in your project charter. Next, you got the planning phase. Now, the project manager formulates the best strategy for the team to accomplish the client's objective. It may fall on the project manager to choose his or her team members in addition to requisitioning other resources, setting a timeline, schedule, and communication lines that would also take place during this phase. Now you have the execution phase, because the project manager will focus during this stage. He or she will implement and oversee all activities that create the result as outlined in the project plan. Prepare for this phase to take up most time, resources, and energy. Then you have the control phase, because execution and control occur simultaneously. The project manager monitors the team, assuring that the project or projected performance from the planning phase actually becomes reality. Then last but not least, you got the closure phase. Now during the last phase, the project manager will facilitate the finalization of any administrative task, reporting documentation, updating, and he or she will present the result deliverable to his or her executive leadership. Now you can calculate your individual, managerial, and your project team's success by answering one important question. Did you meet and or exceed? Again, did you meet and or exceed the client requirements for the job? Most likely, your customer's top priorities will include an on-time execution, while your team comes in under budget. The client need dictates everything else. Now, something that you need to understand. In addition to the 5 phases, the project manager or the project management process includes several other areas of knowledge with which every project manager must be familiar with. Now, there's a book out there known as the PMBOK Guide. Now, the PMBOK is Project Management Body of Knowledge. The 5th edition is out. And in that book, there are 10 knowledge areas. Now, there's a test you have to take. Now, I believe you need 4,500 hours. I think you take a class, it's 1,500 hours. Then the other 3,000 hours are in the field. Well, you got to pass that test. And you pass that test, you can utilize PMP by your name, Project Management Professional. Now, there are other certifications within project management and scheduling that you can get. But when it comes to project management, it is true that every manager should have a basic understanding of these 10 topics. However, as applied to a specific project that includes unique goals, adherence to a strict timeline, and a subjection to a set of resources, project managers must pay special attention to integration. Now, this knowledge area contains all 5 project stages. During integration, you will develop a plan, assess risk, and make necessary adjustments along the way to ensure a successful execution. Then there's the scope. Scope outlines stakeholder expectations. Comprehending the desired outcome of your project is fundamental to your success as a project manager. Time. It's the third one. They say timing is everything, so keeping your project on track is very important because time management expertise will help you to designate activities and set appropriate project milestones to meet deadlines, and you can successfully allocate resources. Then you have cost. Now, elements of cost occur throughout the project. Properly estimating all areas of project cost and overseeing expenses during the project process will help you and your team stay on budget. Quality. Make sure your PSR stands for product, service, and result. And that must meet the client expectations. It must be the number one goal. The number one goal is to always meet your client's expectations. Your project fails short if your deliverable is anything other than exactly what the customer and or stakeholder require. Then there's what we call procurement. Now, it may be that you will need services that contribute to the project outcome that are outside of your expertise on your project team. So you should know how to plan for this contingency. So you must choose an external vendor and create a closeout contract or close out a contract. Because after every job, you got to close it out anyway. So you have to understand and know the vendors you're dealing with. So if you're going to get a vendor, you need to get an RFQ or a capability statement to see if they're qualified to do certain aspects of the job if they're outside your expertise. Now, the seventh area is human resources, because it may fall on you as the project manager to assemble your team from across your company's human capital pool and the possibility to bring in outside contractors as well. Regardless of your project size, you will need to know how to coordinate and lead your team effectively. Communication. Communication isn't about the right information, so you must also know how and when to provide information along the way. Learn to craft an effective message, how to get that message out, and how to manage project knowledge. Again, when you're working on a project, you have a team. And in that team, or on that team, you're going to have people with expertise. But what you got to do properly is communicate everything about that job so everybody's on the same page. Now, with every job, there's risks. So you have to understand risk management, because even the best plans sometimes don't come off without a hitch. Know how to identify and evaluate those things that can derail your project so that through ongoing response planning and monitoring, you can mitigate delays and resource over expenditure. And the last one, well, you got stakeholders. And usually the stakeholders include people or organizations who are going to be involved with your project. Again, the stakeholders include people or organizations that will be involved in your project. So you should know how to create engagement and management approaches to include your stakeholders in the project outcome. So, my wrap up on project management is this: implementing change efficiently and effectively is a project manager's job. And projects are very different, but they require proper management. And in that management, you need a good team who can execute the plan that the manager delivers. Now, you have to understand when it comes to projects that each project includes a specific time span during which your team executes numerous activities. So, as a project manager, you must understand this. Your goal is to meet the client need, whether internal or external, while hitting milestone targets and staying under budget. So you must have expertise in planning, monitoring your team, and providing support they need. That is very key to your successful project execution. And that is my lesson on project management. If you like what you just heard, please comment, share, and subscribe. You can also comment, share, and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone radio show. It's also on YouTube, and you can listen to me on Blog Talk Radio every weekend. I talk about current issues on my 411 Talk Zone radio show channel, and I go deeper into topics on the 411 Talk Zone radio show, and those topics I go deeper into, I won't put them on YouTube because YouTube has their flagging issues. They'll take your videos down. But on this channel, you will get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. It's very important that you understand your job as a project manager. There are days where the job can get stressful, but as a project manager, you must meet your client's needs by getting the project done on time and on budget. And that takes proper coordination and proper planning. And on a job, you may be chosen to be a project manager. Again, that's it for this video. I thank you for listening. Once again, my name is Leon Jones. Till next time, you have a wonderful and blessed evening, and God bless you.